We are recording.
I'm the man in black today.
Today's the day. Yeah.
All black except for the shoes.
Looking clean.
Dwayne The Rock. You guys know the photo.
You need the chain yet?
I do.
Cool. Well, happy Wednesday morning. 5 a.m., I believe, is what we do.
If you're listening to this right as it comes out, kudos to you.
Yeah. Well, let's just start off with the one thing. So one thing. Wait. Yeah. Okay. What is one thing that you could download? If you could download anything into your mind, like I'm thinking you could do like language, book. Okay. You could do
Is Bible
knowledge.
a cop-out answer?
I mean, that's a good one.
I mean, I feel like that's gotta be Bible, no?
Bible?
I think so.
Well, I asked a coworker
Maybe
this
Hebrew?
question. That'd be sweet. Oh, like if you could just boom, like fluent Spanish or Hebrew or whatever, it'd be sweet.
Yeah, it could be it.
But his the greatest answer. He was like, wisdom. Which is brilliant. Like he would want to download wisdom. I'm like,
what
could
I download? The knowledge of all things.
Well, that's right. That knowledge of good and evil.
I know.
but that's that kind of made me think. I'm like, interesting.
That's good.
I said Bible too.
Okay.
We got a few things to go through. We just have random notes. Don't know where this episode's really going to go. But let's do it. And let's just jump right into thoughts on rules in church. Now, just to preface, as far as the church that me and Rundle go to, I don't think there's not like in the normal like church rules. I think there's a few things like on premise that are expected, like don't do this or whatever. But it's not like you can't come to this church if you don't wear a veiling or like that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
What are your controversial thoughts?
Well, what are we calling a rule, I guess? That's what I'm...
Oh, there you go.
I don't know.
Define rule.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, are we saying rules pretty much like you can't come if you're a member of this church, you have to do this? Is that what we're calling a rule?
We can call whatever you want a rule.
That's right. We can define it however we want.
I guess for me, that's probably the main thing that I would struggle with is like if it's like an actual salvation issue, like, okay, I can get it. Like if you don't believe in the Trinity
Spirit,
or the Godhead or the Holy Spirit, like, okay, I get that.
Yeah.
But even then, it's like, I would have a problem if it's just a preference thing of like,
yeah, agreed.
You can't come if you, whatever. Because there are a lot of churches around here that wouldn't be that way. Like you've got to dress a certain way, have the right whatever. So, what are your thoughts overall? Any thoughts?
Overall, well, yeah, we can make that a blanket statement as we want.
Let's blanket it.
Let's put a blanket over it.
I'm cold.
Yeah, I am cold. I don't know. I would say, in general, I feel like, oh man, these are tough to put into words because I have thoughts, but I would say maybe like, I think the church as a whole should be there to, which I know this is practical, but like, should be there to lift people up and to gather as a congregation to worship the Lord. I would say for stuff like, well, I know you mentioned head coverings and stuff like that, and like the way people dress in churches and stuff like that. We've always been taught that, like, your grandpa especially has been big on teaching us excellence and to do things when it says do things as unto the Lord.
Whoops. That was not excellent.
But like, yeah, when you do things, do it right and like not just skimp or anything and just in whatever area it is, like don't try to get by with like, missing certain things or whatever. So I think when it comes to dressing in church, I think in general, I just think for me, it's like a personal commitment to just dress well. I don't know. Now that is obviously
different things.
For everybody. Yeah. So it's hard to say that way, but well, even like the head coverings things. Well, I'm not a woman, so I don't know if we want to get into that because it's like I don't know. But personally, I would just say I think that's something just between you and the Lord. That'd be my biggest thing. I think if some people have a conviction and some don't, there's not much you can do about that because if you're going against your conviction, that's also, I don't think that's good either.
No.
So I guess that's maybe my thoughts.
Yeah, I had the thought, and I guess this kind of parallels with it, but actually just this morning, I'm like, if you actually think of God, okay, he sends his son, do like that whole story. If you think big picture, like think of the Old Testament, think of how they did it, think of all that stuff. Church, as we know it today, was only in the last third of the world. I mean, depends how long you think the earth was here, but we won't
Only
get into
4 billion years.
Yeah. So it's just interesting, like the way that
That was a joke.
out of I don't know my facts here too well, so people are going to laugh at me. But I believe it was the Babylonian exile is when the Jewish people started the whole idea of the synagogue, of actually meeting and having a community place. Before that, there wasn't really anything like that. It was just families and getting together or whatever. I don't know how that looked. So the concept of even having like church or whatever, and then what we have today now is you have worship, set time, preacher comes up and preaches to you. Like, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, and I actually think it's probably a good way to do it. But I feel like church is much more of a community, and I think
the body of Christ. I mean,
absolutely. And I think it's okay that churches are different. I think it's good. I don't think it's, if they'd all be exactly the same, it'd be kind of weird. But but if you have, let's say, like, for example, our church that we're going after, or where we go, is more focused on pretty much was like blessing people that have Jesus and lifting them up and pouring into them. Whereas other churches are more mission focused, others are more, whatever it is.
that's all good too.
Teaching. And I think it's okay. Like, hey, I feel like I'm called to go here. There are different flavors, different ways to do it. But I think overall it's just interesting. Like, you think of church as this set thing, and I think that's fine. But if you really actually boil it way down, you're actually picking a community to do life with. Your friends, your family.
Your life pretty much doesn't revolve around it to an extent. I mean, I would say like with all the people that, I don't know. Because I mean, for me, like church is just a huge part of life, and a lot of friends, a lot of family.
And that's one thing with going to Israel, and I mean, obviously I haven't been in not obviously, but I haven't been in a synagogue where they're actually like live action. But I do, one thing I kind of wish we had as a church more so is the interaction. It's like the way that the synagogues used to look, or still do, I think, to this day somewhat, but they would have these kind of pillars, and then you'd have seats along the whole side, and people, it's think of a community center. It wasn't like, oh, okay, there's going to be a message, everyone comes. I think there'd be like Torah readings, there'd be set up times, but it's just a community center. So, hey, I want to go study the Word. All right, I'm going to go to the synagogue and just see who's there, and they get into these huge debates but they're, at the end of the day, they're all Jewish. They can all be at peace at the end of the day and break bread together. And I think that's one thing the Christian church is missing a little bit, is that fellowship and that, I guess, yearning or searching into the Word. Now it's such a, with the mega church vibe and everything, I'm not saying it's necessarily wrong, but I think it has a lot to be desired.
Mega church
is the whole thing of like, you pretty much show up, you have worship, you have the message, and you just leave. You might talk to one or two people, and you just leave right away, and you don't really actually like connect. So that's one thing I kind of wish that churches would have more of. But anyway, that kind of wide off. So let's do
Christmas songs. We didn't really do that on the last one.
We didn't. Yeah, we actually didn't really wrap it up. Sorry about that. We were a little distracted, but So pretty much what we brought up was Christmas.
Secular Christmas music.
Secular Christmas music. How do we feel about that? So what are your what's your thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, if the thought is to, I know most people would say, well, never mind. I'm not going to go there.
Nope, just delete that thought.
Delete it.
Control.
Backspace. Delete. The whole thing. I don't know what I was going to say, but pretty much, I mean, I think if you're listening to music as entertainment and not worship, I don't know.
do it.
I don't know. I mean, I use discretion, obviously, but if it's, I would say if it's not, I don't know, if it's not evil, if that makes sense. I don't know. I mean, I would, but I don't listen to Christmas music, as you heard.
Yeah.
Really, not much. So, I don't know. But if you're listening to Christmas music as more worship style, I guess, then yeah, that should be a problem, I guess.
I mean, I feel like a distinction there, and this could go into not just Christmas music, but just music in general, is, okay, let's say I'm at a restaurant and, you know, an evil song comes on with, you know, whatever, words that aren't good or whatever you want to go with. Just because you're at a restaurant eating it and your ears hear it doesn't mean, oh my goodness, I just sinned.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think pretty much everyone would agree, other than the complete far out.
Yeah.
Whatever. But if you if you let it consume yourself, as far as like you indulge in it, listen to it all the time, every once in a while listening to, I don't know, a genre or like laughing at a song or whatever, I don't think there's a big difference of actually like gleaning from a song and actually letting it impact you versus just, you know, and I don't know what that line is, and that's probably up to personal conviction. I think there's also people who are stronger and have more liberty in it than others.
Yeah,
just like alcohol and smoking, drugs, whatever like that. People have different tolerance levels, so.
I wouldn't test your tolerance level on drugs.
Say no to dope. Say no to dope.
In case you were thinking about testing it, I probably just wouldn't.
Don't test it.
Yeah.
The only test you take are in school.
That's right. And we're out of that, so.
Thank the Lord that we're out of
Imagine
school.
being in school.
Imagine.
I just can't.
Sorry to all the people who are in school right now.
Yeah.
I guess continue with, do you have anything else to say?
No,
that?
just an interesting fact or two, but not about Christmas at all. So.
Oh, go for it.
Okay. Well, it was really cool. I met a few people this weekend that watched Scratch Acts.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Down at, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, I was out of state.
Yeah, you were out of state. Randall's a little tired, by the way, so just...
I've been driving.
Yeah. He's been driving.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, no, it was really cool. I had a couple, like 2 or 3 or I might have been 4 different people walk up and was like, dude, watch your guys' stuff. There's one guy.
Do you know these people?
No idea.
Really?
I had no
That's
clue.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's cool. I'll shout Pat out. I mean, he probably doesn't listen to it. I don't know what his last name is. I'm sorry. But he just said that every Sunday morning they watch us on the way to church.
Are you serious?
So that was cool.
Awesome.
That was kind of cool. I was like, that's pretty cool that like people you don't even know. I had no idea who they were.
Yeah.
Something like that. And they're like, yeah, dude, I love watching your stuff. I'm like,
That's awesome.
I also got a little embarrassed because like I don't know how that. I feels like you should not be watching me. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying like I'm not trying to be like so humble. I'm just like it's so weird to think that like people like they're like, all right, what do I watch this morning? And they're like, Scratch Acts. Like that's just wild to me. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
funny.
you know how they say fame gets to people? I literally don't think that will ever happen. 1, because we might not get famous. 2, because that's not really the goal. And 3, because I'm just in awe every time. I'm like, dude, no way. People know who we are? That's cool.
If one person that we don't know watches, it's like, dude, why?
We're just actually more concerned for them. We're just like, dude, are you okay? You're watching our stuff?
We are trying to make some investments. We just bought a camera.
We did,
So,
yes. Good content coming soon.
Yes, we actually have probably our best stuff coming.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Another
Florida is
plug.
going to be a party.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Not a good party. I mean, it's going to be a good party.
Yeah, not the dope.
Nope.
Or the drug. Yeah, anyway.
We might get rated like the E for explicit because we're talking about drugs on this episode.
True. When it says like if it's made for kids.
Yeah.
I mean, I picked not made for kids, but
Yeah.
the first one I did made for kids, and then it's like weird, like search.
Oh,
I don't
gotcha.
know.
Yeah. Anyway, so sorry.
TMI.
So I just thought it was kind of cool.
What do we got? Oh, the next one. We're kind of going all over the place. It goes like fairly spiritual, and then yeah. But we got Christmas gifts we would like to have. For anyone who hasn't got their Christmas gifts yet.
Are we saying for me, or are we saying like, what do we get, guys, or
anything? What? Just it's open. Like, okay, first let's start with like what you would maybe want, or guys our age, or like our interests.
Oh,
roughly. I don't know.
I mean I said, what did I say? Well, I just had another wedding. That was like weird. Like it was like the ice cream last episode.
What was ice cream?
Remember last episode I left the ice cream out in the hallway?
Yes.
Yeah.
You
I just had another
something?
like thought that came to mind, but it doesn't relate at all. But well, kind of.
We'll make it relate.
Yeah. So I paid my sister Karina for SD cards, and she hasn't given them to me yet.
Oh.
And so I need those.
Well,
So
we'll hold her accountable.
What I was thinking is like SD. If you're into camera stuff at all, anything like that, always could use another SD card.
Oh, for sure.
I think it's like $50. I mean, it's
well, it depends.
Depends what you get.
Yeah. I just got a 516.
512.
512. Yes.
Yeah, half a terabyte. Big boy stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
love the terabytes.
So I put down. Well, this is expensive too, and this is not going to help because the camera stuff is so niche. Niche. My bad.
Homeschool.
Okay.
Just kidding. I have to throw it in there.
They're like DJI mics. Your
yeah.
dad has them, and they're like $200, so that's not cheap at all.
And honestly, if you want to go, I mean, you also like as what we do, you want to kind of pick your stuff out.
Yeah.
So like if you're a golfer and someone buys you golf balls that you don't like, it's kind of like
Yeah, I would say if you're a golfer,
works, but
if there's anybody out here that wants to buy a golf or something, you can't go wrong with Pro V1s.
oh yeah,
That Titleist Pro V1s.
they
there
are
you go.
expensive.
Yeah, they're like $50, $60.
But I was going to say with the camera, if you want to, I would say get a gift card to B&H
Yes.
Video.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah. B&H is the stop
yes
for camera stuff.
If you're like music stuff or recording, that's Sweetwater.
Mm-hmm.
You can find whatever if you're in anything into music,
Mm-hmm.
Sweetwater has everything.
I would say in general for guys, Dick's Sporting Goods gift cards are never a bad thing.
That's
Because they will be able, whether in your hunting, fishing, sports, whatever, even shoes.
Yep.
Wow, that was crazy. That you can never go wrong with that.
And also, let's talk about gift cards a little bit because I had this
Big
conversation with my coworkers. But it's like, okay, you kind of feel bad giving a gift card because it's like, well, I didn't actually get you a legit gift.
Mm-hmm.
But when have you gotten a gift card that you were like, man, they didn't really think of me?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
like, no, dude, this is awesome. I could get whatever I want now.
Yeah, the thought I had was like,
That's
I love
awesome.
getting gift cards because it's like often it's like, I would say I try to think of like gift cards for things that people wouldn't normally buy, but they're like, I have this, so I can go buy it.
Yes.
Like
yes.
that's cool because like Dick's Sporting Goods, we all know is expensive.
Yeah.
It's not cheap at all. So if you get like $50 or $100 gift card for there, it's like, oh boy.
Yeah.
Like that's cool.
Now I can buy that one sock I wanted.
Yeah, I bought
for $100. Yeah.
I'm actually wearing Dick's Sporting Goods socks. So
Shout out.
they were not $100 though.
90.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I would say that's always a good option. I would say never feel bad about getting a gift card. I just wouldn't. I don't know. Amazon gift cards as well.
Oh,
also,
that's all. I mean, yeah.
I got even Visa gift cards. I just found the $150 that we won from that scramble where we shot 20 under in PA.
Oh yeah.
I just found that in my car.
Nice.
And that's free money. It's
Did I?
$150.
I'm trying to think if I used mine.
I didn't have mine. It was just in my car. And I was like, no way.
I really hope I have that still.
I know.
I kind of don't think. I think I spent it.
Okay. But anyway, it was like I got volleyball shoes for free.
Yeah.
And now I have $23 yet on it. It was like $120 shoes. It was.
Nice.
But that's the thing. I have
But
100.
that's something
I
you
would
wouldn't
never buy.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
Because I would just
I was given AirPods.
Yeah.
AirPod Pros, and would I buy that for myself? Yeah, borderline. But
Chad can speak
as
on
a
that
gift,
as far as like
perfect.
get just like $20 headphones.
Yeah.
And just make the best out
Chad
of
has
it, right?
experience with cheap headphones, and then bought a lot of cheap headphones.
Yeah. How often did you say you buy new ones? Do you think?
Oh, I've probably gone through 20 pairs in my life.
I went through 2.
You
I
have.
lose them. I lose them.
Oh, okay.
So like I always got scared. Now did buy like $180 Beats, and I've had those for like a year and a half.
See, that's.
Do you think it's a mental thing? It's like if I pay a lot of money for it, and
It
you're
is.
like, I'm not gonna
You're
lose them.
stressing over your earbuds like your wallet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where are my earbuds? But
Yeah.
You can't find them. It sucks.
That's a dumb.
Yeah,
move for a
I will
host.
say that I would say losing earbuds, especially if you do a job that you want earbuds. That is just.
yeah,
I've gone a day or two where I don't have my earbuds, and you would think the world just ended or
Yeah.
something like that. I was like, What am I? I just listened to what, birds?
Yeah. What is this? I have to listen to nature.
Like,
This
what is
horrible.
this? I want to listen to people talking to me.
The worst is if you're expecting to have earbuds and you don't have them, or they're
Yeah.
like,
Oh yeah. You're like, oh, let me check it, and then like, or you thought you brought them and they're not there, and then that panic feeling, you're like, all right, once I get home, I gotta look, otherwise they might be gone. Oh, it's a scary feeling. So
That is one thing I wish I was better at. Is I feel like whenever I eat lunch, dinner, like whatever I'm eating, I feel like I have to watch something. It's kind of like John Chris' special of like. It gets me every time. He's at a stoplight.
oh yeah.
He's at I mean, this is his bit, but he's at a stoplight and he looks over, and the lady next to him is just sitting there looking at the light, like just on like it's a red light and she's just looking, and he gets really mad at her, like woman, get on your phone, you're wasting time.
Yeah. It's like opposite. It's like normally you'd be weird, like get off your phone. Now it's opposite, like get on your phone.
Yeah,
what
get
are
on
you
your
doing?
phone, like you're wasting valuable 10 seconds.
Yeah, you could watch 2 reels that you would forget about in like 20 seconds.
But I do too much of that where I'm like, I feel like I have to watch something, or I'm like, I don't know, losing out on time to learn. But I feel like it's probably not good for me.
Yeah, that's why it's good to drive with other people though. Especially, it will.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. For me, it's like I'm definitely on my phone probably more when I'm driving solo, for sure.
Yeah.
But if someone's with me, oh yeah, it's like set it there.
Yeah.
Just drive. Yep.
So real.
Yeah, so real.
What else do we got? Oh,
Do you want to go into that one?
let's buckle up.
I don't know what you were thinking with this, so you might have to take the lead on this one.
I don't really know either.
You just kind of read it down.
I thought it would kind of shake some stuff up.
It would, yeah.
So we've got pros and cons to being raised in Holmes County.
First of all,
general.
We're not raised in Holmes County.
Tuscarawas
County, baby.
True.
We're about 10 minutes, maybe 5 minutes east of the Holmes County border, so we're protected from that.
Yep.
Oh, but anyway, no, if anyone, well, there was a couple of people when I was out of state, they were like, where are you from? I'm like, Holmes County. And they're like, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So it's easy.
It's more of a region than an actual
Yeah. Oh,
line.
yeah. It could be its own state, I feel like. Holmes County could be.
Well, with the Amish population.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's over 30,000 in Holmes County. 30,000 Amish.
Okay.
Well, everyone in the, like, blanket statement, but in the world, people are having much less kids. The Amish are not. They're going for it.
They took be fruitful and multiply, and they took it.
They definitely read Genesis a lot.
They do.
So,
They do.
So they're expecting the Amish population will actually grow a lot because they keep having. I mean, I have two cousins that have, is it 7 or 8 plus kids? Like that's kind of normal.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, Chad, do you want to
They're
look
not
this
Amish.
up?
Yeah.
Yeah, get on a new page. I was gonna say, look up what percentage of the Amish population lives in Lancaster County and Holmes County. I know I feel like it would be a lot,
It's
but
close. I think Lancaster technically
It's bigger.
has more.
well, I was just
But
saying like
Holmes County
total, like
per
of
capita.
Amish, as far as
Yeah.
like like there's 90% of Amish live in Holmes County
Oh no,
or Lancaster County.
I think Lancaster is.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just saying like
Yeah.
combined. Like
Yeah.
if you took out Lancaster and Holmes County, what percent of Amish would?
Yeah, I mean they are kind of all over the place.
They're scattered for sure.
oh,
yeah,
yeah.
there's like a little town here and there.
Even in Central America, there's some Amish. Holmes County,
48
42%.
48 in 2020.
Oh.
Highest
Oh,
concentration.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yes. 48%
So
in 2020.
it went from 42 in 2010 and 48 in 2020. So by now
Jump-
we're probably over 50%.
I would say so.
Interesting.
Yeah, what were you going to say? The same thing?
That's funny.
That's cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we have a lot of Amish / Mennonite influence here in Holmes County.
Yeah, we got to watch out. Not 15. Old Order. That's 2015 too. Lancaster Amish affiliation
So there's 300,000 Amish in the
in
world.
2015.
Interesting.
45,000 of 300,000.
300,000 total Amish?
That's Old Order though. It had said
Wow.
Old Order, so I don't know if that's as they count New Order and
How
the
many
Dan
Amish?
Man.
How many Amish in the world? And honestly, I mean, some of those are in the boonies. they're not gonna know all of them.
All right, yeah, we try to keep talking so we don't get.
Ohio's 81,
Pennsylvania's 86.
86.
Indiana 62,000.
62.
Wisconsin? Why is Wisconsin on the list? I didn't know they had Amish.
That's cheesy. That was the most cheesy joke I've
That
ever heard.
was pretty cheesy.
That's dad jokes. We should do that sometime.
What country is it? If the United States isn't the one that has the most Amish.
Yeah.
Oh, the Amish make up less than 0.1% of the population. Yeah, we would have known that. You would think it's like 50% though around here.
Yeah, well, it is probably around
Yeah,
here.
probably. Yeah.
So, yeah, as far as pros and cons, I mean, what would you say? I mean,
I would say pros.
Yeah.
I would raise my kids in Holmes County because I think it does a good job of sheltering people and protection from the outside world.
Okay, hot take.
You don't think so?
I don't know. It's just a hot
I just
take.
say in general, every time when I was a kid and I would go outside of Holmes County, it's like a shock to my system because like there's people out here that are like,
there's people out here with no buggies.
there's people driving cars.
Even saw a plane.
Yeah. I don't know. I would just say in general, it's definitely, I would say it was a benefit to grow up in Holmes County.
Okay.
But then obviously just a ton of jokes like you're from Holmes County.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. There's maybe the con is that you're too sheltered or I don't know. Sheltered is not the right word. Protected maybe. I don't know. But you really are kind of closed off from
Which
the world.
can be a good thing and a bad thing.
Without internet or whatever. If you didn't have internet, you would not know. Like
Yeah.
life would be great.
Probably.
Life is great, but yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, my pros would be, okay, hard work ethic,
Yeah.
big deal. Like, probably taken too far. Like, if you're called lazy, that's probably the worst thing to say about someone. I mean, obviously you can go on other stuff, but around here, like, if you're known to be lazy, it's not a good look. Like, you do not want to be looked at as that.
Yeah, for sure.
You want to be a hard worker. Like, even if you're sloppy, but you work hard, like, they'll look up to you. Yeah, he confirms. Con, I don't know. There's a lot of judgment.
Yeah.
The chat we were talking right before the podcast. What was the word he said? Judgmentalism. Judgmentalism.
It's a great word.
Yeah,
there's definitely
a lot of judgment, a lot of expectation, and people looking at you like if you do something, like everyone talks about it right away.
I'd say also like it's definitely more. Well, this is more like a north versus south thing, but like definitely more like if you get work done, people are like, I appreciate you. In the south, I would say more like southern hospitality. It's more like if we spend 2 days extra, but we have a great conversation and we are just, you know, it's more relationship based. So in Ohio, and I think especially around here, it's more like you get my work done, I'm happy with you.
Like up here, people are on time.
Yes,
like
they are.
You're there, like, let's go. Hit it hard. Let's get this job a day early.
That was reminding me actually when this was right after I started my own business, probably a few months, went down to South Carolina to paint a house for Fair Play Boys Camp, I think, and painted a new house for them by myself, got it done in 4 days. Mild flex, I will say, just being honest. Tire pump, a little bit. Little tire pump.
Little tire pump.
It was just good for me. I just worked really long hours, which I didn't have anything else to do down there. But I got done in 4 days. They were like, I cannot believe that because a crew of 3 would have taken 2 weeks for that. They said, they were like, it would have taken anybody over 2 weeks to finish that house, but that's what they're used to.
Yeah.
And so they were like, I don't know. I guess they were kind of like, I'm gonna be honest, they were just impressed that I could get it done that fast. So I was like, cool, yeah, very cool.
Yeah,
So.
that's going to other, just going to another state, like you can, they're just always impressed by work ethic. And to us, it's normal.
Yeah, it's a good thing to have good work ethic, but then obviously workaholic syndrome is the downside of that. But
there's overall, I'd say it's probably, I'm kind of glad. I think I'm glad that I was born here or raised. Going to traveling and stuff, especially, like take the spiritual part out of it. I would say it's probably a good, like overall very good, like work ethic, like values, family values. Spiritually, I feel like I've kind of like, it's more of a bit of a struggle because not everyone is from Holmes County. And so like the way people view things from out of state, like, I don't know. I feel like that some of that stuff's a little tough. Like here, if you don't wear certain stuff on Sunday or whatever, it's like, well, who are you trying to be? Like, be like us. Whereas out of state, like, it's just a complete different look. And I feel like it creates a little bit of a closed mind, and not even a little bit, a very, very much so closed-mindedness spiritually, especially with people who don't think exactly like we do. Yeah. And there's not a lot of people that think just like we do in Holmes County.
Oh, yeah. I would say in general, I wish I would have more opportunity. I know they say, like, you can do ministry in your own city, your own thing. I do wish at some times that I was more like semi-isolated, and that I would have the chance to be around people that aren't Christians and just be able to literally just be a light and not even just try to preach in their face, nothing like that. And just, I know I try to do that around here, but obviously a lot of people around here know Jesus. And so it's like, sometimes I do wish, I wish I was somewhere where I felt like I could really make a difference and maybe more see it. Here, maybe, we're making a difference, but we don't ever see it. You know what I mean?
Well, and I think too, that for me at least, I feel like around here, back up. Like when we went down to Honduras, everything's more, how would you say, like clear, or like if someone's sinning, it's typically like, whew.
Yeah.
Here it's kind of hidden, but then also like around here, if you, this sounds a little weird, but if you get too spiritual around someone, or like talk to them, or like, let's say you'd have a word on your heart and you tell someone around here with that, I'm talking about the Holmes County system type deal, they could kind of be like, well, who are you to say that? Like, I don't have to listen to you.
Yeah.
That is one thing I feel like I'm a lot more, I guess, shy or like timid to like just, like, if I do have a word for someone or want to do something nice, around here it's like, well, who are you? It's more of a religious system, whereas if you're in a, New York or wherever you're at, in a different state, it's a little bit different. Like, it's not so, like, the stigma of...
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Yeah, there's more, there's probably just more freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because around here, most likely people are either going to then know who you are and...
or know your family.
Yeah, there's connections that people will make, and there's a chance you'll see them again, which could make it more awkward, if you will. But yeah, if you're on vacation, you're traveling, you're never going to see them again, most likely. And so it's like, yeah, here you go. So yeah, I get that for sure. Do you want to go into the next one or not?
I don't know.
You write it down. I didn't.
We could also.
You want to just go to Pepsi Coke?
Do we want to wait for another episode? Do you want to do it in another episode, or do you want to wrap it up now?
I'd probably wrap it up because I've been driving for a long time, and I'm now tired.
You're tired. It's up to you.
How long have we been going?
What do we want to do? 33 minutes.
I would do the Coke versus Pepsi because I don't know that I have enough for another one tonight.
Okay. Well, let's do that. Bring out the... So last episode, we did Coke Zero and Pepsi Zero. This one, we've got...
the real stuff.
Legit Coke, legit Pepsi. Kind of excited. I feel like I'm going to know this easy. Although some people I don't know.
After last episode.
Clip that.
All right, so here.
You want to come?
So you want to do like the same way? Or
Yeah.
You guys want to do one at a time? Same way?
Same way, but we'll just close our eyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, close your eyes.
Okay.
Don't spill it.
This is going to be interesting.
Trying to chug these after this.
Yeah, you don't need to give us a lot.
I peeked, but okay, yeah.
Wait, did you see?
No.
It doesn't matter for me, I guess.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I forgot to not look. Okay, yeah, I honestly, I don't think.
Should I just remember which one mine are, I guess?
Yeah.
I'm going to know, though, like 100%. And while he's pouring this, so the other thing... Perspective. The other thing I had on the list, just a complete random, nothing to do with what we just talked about, was I saw this video of a celebrity. I don't really know her that well, but it's Emma Chamberlain.
Are we good?
Are we good? Okay. And she said something really interesting. She said, now she has many layers of protection. She has many managers, whatever. She hasn't looked at her bank account. Now, remember, she's a celebrity, multimillionaire, no problem, like millions. She hasn't looked at her bank account in like 3 years.
I already know.
Not once. You know.
I know.
Which I just
I
thought
think
was
I
a
do.
cool. I just thought that was cool. Like, that is. She just said like she doesn't need to know. Like she has a nice house. She has a car. Like, she doesn't want that to control her. And she's like, I'm just not gonna look. I just thought that was cool. I'm like, you know what? That's interesting.
To me, the right one, my right, this one, distinct Pepsi smell.
Oh wait, are they the same for us?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
On it's really?
Okay.
Wait, you're saying this is Pepsi?
I just smells alone. That's all I do.
The sound effects on this mic.
I know, right?
This one's stronger. I'm gonna go left first.
That one barely has any flavor.
That taste is not different.
I know.
That is close.
Whoa! I thought I was gonna know this way easier. Okay. Wow. That's crazy.
Bro, imagine if you put Coke in both of them.
Honestly. Wow. I thought I knew the difference. Okay.
I have mine. Coke? Well, I should wait.
You think the left is Coke?
Yeah, I got it.
I think I have it. Wait, let me one more time. Sorry for the mouth sounds.
You just hear gulps. You good? It's like a Rennie type thing. Oh, excuse me, I just burped.
This is very flavorless, like the left one.
You think so?
It doesn't.
To me, it was the right that felt flavorless.
The right has more flavor.
Okay.
I think Coke's on the left.
I agree. Coke left,
Pepsi's
Pepsi
on
right.
the right.
Yeah.
Yes! I'm going to be honest, I went off smell. That's what I did. 'Cause they tasted the same. The
Really?
Pepsi has a distinct smell. It just does.
It's got a.
I'm happy we got that right.
It's such a difference.
What could? Okay.
Do you want to talk about what Matt told us about Pepsi and Coke? Or was that Pepsi Zero and Coke Zero? He said Coke has a more cinnamon flavor,
Oh yeah, he said.
and
yeah.
Pepsi has a more like, was it citrusy? Like I think it was orange and lemon or something
Yeah,
like
or
that.
something.
I think it was lemon. Difference between Mennonite and Amish was a. Look at the third
What
one.
is the difference between Mennonite and Amish?
Mennonite and
Amish.
Mennonite and Amish.
Okay, to me, this is what gave it. So, this Pepsi to me, this is gonna sound weird. I don't know how to explain this honestly. When you drink Pepsi, it almost gets stuck, like behind your throat a little bit, and you have to like schluck. That's
Yeah, schluck.
dude. What is schluck in English?
Swallow.
Swallow. That's awesome.
Clip it.
But it's like in the back of the throat. And Coke, I never have to. I feel like Pepsi has a little more fizz, carbonation, in my opinion. Like I can
I don't remember. I drank it all. What was I gonna say though? I did think
Pepsi's more syrupy, in my opinion, too. Like it's.
not as watery.
This is more like cohesive. I don't know.
We're like scientists trying
Oh,
to
this
figure
is
it out.
scientific. This has like some high notes, like very.
What is that?
Like acidic Pepsi.
In case people are, yeah.
Like acidic, like maybe it's because of the lemon or whatever, and then it's got the heavy carbonation. This is more just like less carbonation, but like just middle.
That is
middle road. But
That
it's
right
good.
there. That's biblical. That's middle of the road. Pepsi, not biblical. High, low,
This is
ditch,
in the
ditch.
ditches,
Yeah,
yeah.
in the ditches. I think we just figured it out. They were both good though. I
Yeah,
didn't
but
think
I'm
that
not
was,
mad.
taste wasn't different. Did
Did
you?
you know that schluck is actually a word?
Wait, what? Schluck? Swallow?
actually a word.
Oh no way! No.
Schluck is actually a word.
Schluck in well, that isn't it schmuck down there?
No,
Yeah.
it says schluck.
Urban Dictionary. Oh yo, no, don't read that.
No, let's not. Let's
Yeah.
I'll cut that out. I'll cut that out of the.
Well, no, I mean they can't see anything.
Don't look it up.
No.
But
I wasn't even gonna say
Cambridge Dictionary,
Yeah,
schluck.
swallow, gulp, or sip. Yeah. I mean,
There's
that-
German English.
That's wild.
See that?
Oh yeah, it does say German English.
Okay.
All right, it's okay. You can click on that.
German English.
Cambridge
okay, so it's
Dictionary.
not. I was gonna say if that's an English word, there's no.
Mouthful. I mean, Das
Can you,
Schlucken.
can you read that German?
Das Schlucken.
Diamond auf einmal Schluck. What does that say? What is that?
Diamond.
Hopefully I'm not saying anything bad.
Yeah, I know.
Diamond auf.
Yeah, I don't think we should stay on
let's
that too
let's
much.
not.
Chad, you might want to X out of that one. Yeah. So.
Our
Privacy
German.
report?
Daniel would know. Daniel could read that.
No, I never get that. In the last 7 days, Safari has presented 33 trackers from following you.
Ugh,
Why are trackers following my laptop?
that's
I don't like that.
messed up.
Mhm.
Well, I think is that kind of all we have today?
Yeah, you want to go back to the notes, Chad?
Yeah, let's see what we got. I think that's it. We could go into our passwords. No. Let's
Our
not.
YouTube password, in case you ever want to post a clip of us.
Also, by the way, we just hit, which it's not a lot for how many episodes we have, but we just hit 2,000 listens. So
Yeah,
cool.
total.
You Scratch X, we have
A lot more.
millions. Not quite.
Not quite. I did look.
Well, with our reels, we do.
oh, yeah.
but,
Yeah, it's really cool. I really have a...
You really.
I have a few funny reels that we could do, but the problem is it's too cold and we can't film it.
Yeah. And if any of you have ideas for Scratch X, I'm gonna just send them over.
That, and also just say leave we say every time, leave Q&A responses
Yes.
for us, please. We're
Voice messages
I
are
would say-
awesome.
yes,
We
we
don't. I don't think we have any this time. We normally do it at towards the end of the show.
yeah.
But
I don't know. If you have, don't be embarrassed to send. If you want us to talk about anything, if you're curious about what our perspective is on it, just let us know. No shame. So you can hear
let's
from the boys.
yeah, let's end this episode with a verses. Now I'm gonna.
Which Bible verse
I could
you
be
gonna go?
really. This could. Okay, I'll give context, but you might laugh at the start. Black versus white.
Give me no
Close.
context. I was gonna say, give me no context right there. Black.
Are you?
Yes,
Same.
I'm wearing black.
I mean, white can look nice.
I would say a mix of the two, obviously. But in general, black clothes, white shoes.
Black is just. The
It's
way to
classy. I think it's slimmer. If that makes sense.
go. Yeah.
I think it makes it look slimmer.
Less likely to get stained or dirty or whatever.
Yeah, you can't see stains.
I actually almost wore white jeans tonight, but I'm like, no,
White
it's not
jeans?
worth it. Yeah, I should
should
bought
wear that
white
for my
jeans.
angel. To be
Oh
my angel.
yeah, we're doing a Christmas play. It's called the Messianic Miracle.
That's right.
We're doing a play here at church. The youth are doing everything. So
Yeah, the Friday before Christmas.
yeah, so you're welcome.
Are
to
we
come
live
if you
streaming
want.
that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But anyone's welcome to come. We're not really
Yeah, for sure. If you want
Promoting
to
it,
come,
but-
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know what time, but
probably 7ish.
probably 7ish, yeah, Friday evening.
Just
Yeah,
show up.
Just show up.
It's all right.
You can show up at 5 if you want. You're like, no one's here. It's
Sure.
like, hey, our perspective said just show up.
Dude, I'm gonna be Caesar.
I'm an angel.
Randall's an angel. Dude, it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, well, I think that's it.
It's been a good one.
Yeah. Well,
The jeans are too short.
they are now.
No, they're actually perfect.
It drives me nuts when you stand up. You do the little.
Uh-huh.
Like here. Oh, my
Or
God.
it's like like the thigh. Like you pull down the thighs.
Oh yeah.
That's what I pull down my thighs, yeah.
Out of context. I pull down my thighs.
I do, yeah.
Typically.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hey, we'll see you next Wednesday morning, and yeah, have a good day.
All right, chill.